What's going on, SML? SML Countdown is back. We're in season 75, I think. So this is our episode for this season. Got Straw, AJ. Looks like AJ's outside with the brick wall behind him, and I can hear Straw's got a little helper on his hands there too. What's going on, guys?
What's up, man? How's everyone?
Good, good. All right, so we'll start this with the big topic. Big news since our last show. Paulie gets caught using YouTube plays. What are your thoughts on that, AJ?
The evidence was pretty damning.
Yeah.
There wasn't really any defending it. I know Paulie probably trying to save a little face. I like Paulie out, you know, for the most part as just a guy, as a dude. But uh, yeah, kind of hard to defend that. And I put Prime in a difficult spot. Not really fair to him to do that either, and expect him not to do anything about it. Um, Not really in any defending it.
All right. What do you think, Straw?
Yeah, I mean, I think a money play is a money play. Like when you're picking something that like he literally it matched thing for thing, and
Yeah.
when you're picking something that's gonna manipulate the AI, like I get it. I'm sure people are all, amongst studying like football concepts trying to say, how can I beat cover three? How can I beat man? But like you're picking stuff to manipulate the AI and the computer and like literally following people's stuff on doing that play for play. Like you gotta think that's just not what this league's about.
I
So
mean,
yeah, he's prime in a tough situation.
yeah. Outside of a Hail Mary, when do you see two guys running, basically with their hand in each other's pockets, running down the field on a streak? But so I mean, trying to say that was him attacking the single high safety is kind of a joke,
Yeah.
especially when you have the side by side there. So following up on that, QP replaces him. How do you think QP does? I think right now he's got one loss. How do you think he does, Straw?
Well, QP is a great Madden player, great competitor. It's fun to have him back in the AFC. I think he's gonna come back in. I don't know if he's been playing or not, but I think he can pick up the sticks and compete with anybody, especially with defense being as bad as it is. I think he's gonna have a lot of fun with how offense plays here and him throwing the ball around. And then that Chiefs team is already like crazy good. So that's scary. That's some scary competition. I think he's gonna have a great cycle.
Yep. AJ, what do you think?
I watched a couple of his games, and he does not look very sharp right now, but he's got one loss, not, kind of figuring things out. So I think that's pretty um that indicates that he's going to be just fine once he figures the game out. I mean, right now he's kind of stumbling around and he's still winning his division. So that's all the proof I need.
Yeah, and I don't think it matters. I mean, we all play a different game every year. So we've got a season left, but it's always the same guys usually at the top. The game doesn't change that much, so I don't think there's that much of a learning curve for him. I think he'll be all right.
Yeah.
All right, so bigger surprise then. DW sitting at 3-2, or Stavo sitting at 2-3. AJ, which one's your bigger surprise?
I got to go with DW. Stavo's played a couple tough opponents there. Anybody could end up with that record. He seems to be struggling with not nice in his division.
Yeah,
Absolutely steamrolled him. But other than that, he lost to Straw and Bomber. Those aren't really bad losses, one score games. Um, DW has not had a start like this in quite some time. So I don't care who he's beating. I haven't even looked at his schedule. I'm impressed. I'm glad DW is winning some games. Um, haven't heard him complaining about the game at all. So maybe he wants it to stay the same. But I'd say DW is the biggest surprise right now.
all right, Straw, what do you think? Which one is more surprising?
Yeah, I'm gonna go and I'm gonna have to say Stavo. He came on here and he said, "Hey, he's not gonna be distracted. He's gonna come and do his thing." And he's just starting a little slow. To your point, he's had some good competition going, but definitely, I'll say that, especially since DW beat me. I'm gonna say, he had it coming. He was right on the rise there. So I'm gonna go with Stavo,
All
and
right,
but I do think Stavo will turn it around, and I think DW is gonna keep this up.
really? Okay. Um, so last topic. Hoping for a patch this week. If you could take maybe a top three list, I mean, I think everybody kind of wants some defense to come back. Well, maybe not DW like you said, but if you could make a top 3 things you'd like to see, and it doesn't have to be, what we think is coming, but what 3 things would be your top 3 improvements, Straw?
Yeah, I think the first thing I'd start off with, I think this every single year as a former defensive back, I absolutely despise the way, especially DBs, but the defenders play coverages. It's just I think with the match and zone concepts, they try to help a little bit with this aspect, but I still just don't think defenders play smart
Mm-hmm.
football, right? Like have somebody in a zone flat and yes, okay, he's protecting anything deep, but then it's only him and a flat player there and he's just not going to play
And he
back. He's
just
just
drops
going to
back
stay
anyway. Yeah.
pretend like he's just gonna keep covering grass, right? Like that's something that gets you off the field so fast. I would love if they could fix that. I think it would help with defense a lot. Um, there's more defensive things, obviously, but then I'll switch over to offense. I think the broken tackles are kind of ridiculous.
Yeah.
I think that yes, sometimes cool, but like it just I think my last game, almost every player I had broke like 10 tackles on any given play. Just absolutely ridiculous. It makes the game not again, high scoring and not enough defense. And then, the last thing I'd say is just the D line and being able to get some pressure, which I think everybody would probably say that.
Yeah. What about you, AJ? Top 3 things. You're having some success this year.
D-line pressure for sure. I have probably the best D-line in the game, and I got like 3 sacks on the year. The other like five, 4 of them were in a sim, so I'm not counting those. It's obviously not realistic. Um, Frustrating definitely for people to just sit back there and throw it. Like contested catches, I feel like are still ridiculous.
Yeah.
Several games in a row where a guy just it's 3rd and long, guy just bombs it in a double coverage downfield, and somebody comes down with it. I don't. It's frustrating when you finally do get a stop in a game where it's very difficult to get a stop, and you get some circus catch. Um, that's frustrating. Um, and just D line and pursuit in general, I think would fix the running game issue. I mean, it just all of a sudden got really, really easy to run, and I mean the stats show it, and that's mainly because 2 or 3 times a game, the running backs are going for 60, 70 yard gains, and really, and guys are running for like 12 carries and 170 yards. You know what I mean? It's absolutely ridiculous. I think that has to do with pursuit angles with the safeties, that last line of defense, even linebackers. Like there'll be an open hole and a linebacker sitting in front of it, and he'll just run off to the left and to the blocker like he's
Yeah.
like a heat-seeking missile into the blocker. You know what I mean? It just stuff like that doesn't make any sense. Um, so yeah, I mean, all of them are on the defensive side of the ball for me. Pursuit angles, contested catches, got a not as high of a tick, and then yeah, pass rush.
Yeah. One of the things I think it's probably been my pet peeve for a while, and maybe they'll fix it. But if I send 7 and you block 5, why can you sit there forever? Like you don't see that ever. Like if the defense sends more than you're blocking, that quarterback has to get rid of it quick, or you can be Dylan Gabriel and just get like just your head pounded in. And I mean, but you have to do something. Like you can't just sit back there and wait for the crosser to go across the field and drag your toes on the way out of bounds. Which it doesn't matter. You can send that engage 8 that Fig loves, and you're still gonna end up just sitting there waiting for the crosser to get across the field. And I just wish that would be a little more realistic. Even if you didn't change anything else, at least make it where guys aren't blocking 3 defenders. But
I mean, if a guy comes out in a empty set on 3rd and 26, and you want to zero blitz him, he should have no shot. You know what I mean? It's like a
to throw it
dump off
50
immediately
yards
and
downfield, sitting there waiting, yeah.
uh,
Yeah.
Yeah, that's. I mean, I feel like even that alone would probably help with the pass rush and everything else. Just stop letting an O line block 3 guys. Like half the time, 2 of them
uh,
can't block Miles Garrett, but now I got a guy blocking him and my blitzer. So
it's like
Great.
it'd be nice if you
you know,
just
it's like when you're running the ball and there's a hole and you just get like caught on your guy. I feel like that's how the animation is. That they all just get jumbled up and they can't
yeah.
move. There's no like fluid animation for pass
Yep.
rush.
Yep.
Yep. All right, well, that was possibly our quickest SML Countdown episode yet. Thanks for being on, guys. Thanks for watching, and we'll have another one next season.